Championship against Aberdeen '87. Then we had one home game against St Mirren, our last game of the season. And
there's always one, isn't there? There's always one.
And then we just came out and just enjoyed it, and it was a great feeling. Once you go into that arena and the crowd are with you and everything else, you know, you'll be determined. I mean, the Rangers players will be determined to put on a good show for their supporters who have been there all the season, who've been through thick and thin, ups and downs all this season, all the pressures that you've had, all the worries, AK Athens and losing to Falkirk and losing obviously to Hearts in the cup competitions, all those problems are now off your shoulders. You can just really just get out there and play in a relaxed mood.
You had your disagreements with Souness towards the end of your time at Ibrox. Would you have wanted to stay a bit longer there, Terry?
I think every player wants to stay a bit longer. That's why Brian Laudrup wants to stay longer. He loves living in Helensburgh, he loves the club, he loves the people, he loves Scotland. And you find a lot of the English players that did come up, a lot of the foreign players that come to Ibrox want to stay there, and they want to stay in Scotland because it's a great place. It sounds patronising, but it is a great place to play your football and to live. Rangers
supporters, quite literally, in seventh heaven this afternoon, Joe.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you just have to look at the pictures to see the fun that they're having already, and it's just a big party. It's going to be a good day, even if they lose the game, which I don't think they will, but even if they did lose the game, these Rangers supporters are there to enjoy themselves today.
Yeah, and you know, Joe, when Souness disappeared from Ibrox, everybody thought, well, will that be the end of the big-name signings? It's been completely the reverse. Walter's done magnificently in the transfer market.
Yeah, he's done a great job, and I think really you've got to hand it to David Murray. I mean, he's transformed Scottish football completely coming in. He really got Rangers for a snip when he bought Rangers over, and he's built it into a great business, but he's also, you know, he's not just there for the business side of it, he's there to create a great team that's hopeful, or as far as they're concerned, are going to beat the Celtic record of 9 in a row. So, I mean, he's done a magnificent job.
And you know, Terry, he tells the fans everything too, Murray, doesn't he?
He does. He's very open with the fans, but you've still got to buy the right players. You've still got, I mean, you can go out and you can get your Blomqvists and you can get your Bergkamps, and you know, as one of the callers said before, they might not do well in Scottish football, but you've got to do your homework and got to say, well, these players are good players, but they've got the right character, like Brian Laudrup, to easily slot into the Scottish way of life.
Yes, indeed. OK, well, enough from us. Let's now go live to Ibrox and join commentator Jerry McNee.
Ibrox Stadium on Easter Sunday is packed to capacity and has a real carnival atmosphere. And Rangers come out to a tremendous ovation. They continue to set a Scottish record of Premier Division titles, 7 in a row, 8 in 9 years, and the 10th overall since the Premier Division was formed 20 years ago. Celtic have won 6 of those championships, Aberdeen 3 and Dundee United 1. So the fans in tremendous form as they salute their players. And of course, let's not forget what an important afternoon this is for Hibernian, because victory would put them in second place with a game in hand and favourites for the remaining UEFA Cup place. But Rangers will want to finish the season in some style. When they went to Easter Road and clinched the championship last time around, they actually failed to win in the final 5 league matches of the season. I know Richard Gough and the players are well wound up, and let's have a look at the Rangers lineup. And Gordon Durie coming back into the frame this afternoon alongside Mark Hateley. And it'll be interesting, Gordon Smith, to see how the line-up at the back. Walter Smith had to change things round a bit last week against Aberdeen.
Yeah, there are a few options there, Jerry. It looks like it might start with Cleland in the right-back position and John Brown at left-back, with Gough and McClellan through the middle. Most people feel that this is the best partnership, having McClellan in the middle with Gough, but Brown is more comfortable in there, not always at his best in the left-back position, especially nowadays when he comes up against some real pacey players. And if Hibs play Gareth Evans out in that wide area, they could get problems.
And let's now have a look at the Hibernian lineup. And you just mentioned, Gordon, the pace of Gareth Evans could be a factor. And of course, David Farrell back in midfield. His battling qualities were missed in that semi-final replay against Celtic.
Yeah, I think so. Ali Miller really took a bit of a gamble by playing a very attacking lineup on Tuesday night against Celtic, but he's brought Farrell back in today, had a bit of dig in there. Be interesting to see whether he plays Dan Jackson right up front or he uses him in the midfield role he's been playing in. If he doesn't play him up front, he'll play Evans up alongside right, I would imagine, and Dan Jackson in midfield. But a funny feeling they may just go a 4-4-2 with Evans and O'Neill in the wide areas.
Well, I remember going down to Old Trafford 2 years ago this very weekend in similar circumstances. Aston Villa had lost the previous day And Manchester United played Blackburn that night. Well, it's that kind of atmosphere. The referee there, Billy Young from Claxton. His linesman today, Graham Allison from Dumfries, and Harry Brodie from Linlithgow. So away we go, amid absolute bedlam here at Ibrox. And I spoke to Alec Miller, the Hibernian manager, just before kick-off, and he's certainly got his players wound up. They know this is very important for them. They've actually got the best goal difference of the sides that are chasing the remaining UEFA Cup place. Hibs have put a lot into their season, but like Celtic, they've had far too many draws. That's been the problem. They've had 16 so far. But this lies within their own hands now. If they can win the remaining matches, they get that place. But Rangers will really want to turn on a show for their supporters. And this is Cleland. It's missed by Durant and picked up now by Willie Miller. They're flipping it infield to Darren Jackson. It's laid off to McGinley. Across now to Graham Mitchell. Through for right, but he's well shut down there by McLaren. This is Charlie Miller getting it away. Well, Walter Smith has opted for the same back four which finished the game against Aberdeen last week. McLaren, who's just receiving the ball now in the right back row, and Brown and Goff in the centre back area, with Cleland on the left hand side. And that certainly settled in the second half after Basil Bolly had to go off with a shoulder injury last week. This is Darren Jackson now for Hibernian. To Gareth Evans. Laudrup goes back to challenge him. Played through by Cleland, picked up now by Trevor Stephen. Hickley starts a run. The offside flag goes up on the far side against the Rangers striker. Matt Hickley, who has 15 goals to his credit this season, scored that very important one against the Dons last week. That's a fair strike rate despite the injury problems he's had this season. Played through by Farrell. Now it's Darren Jackson. Farrell again. Billy Thompson ran from his line, checked his stride there as McLaren played it back to him. Now it's Gordon Jury for Rangers. Across to Cleland. Durant goes down by Miller. And laid back by Richard Goff. Good long kick by Billy Thompson. Returned by Miller. Carefully watched by Goff. Now it's Brown. Infield to Trevor Stephen, who's in excellent form at the moment. He's been winning a lot of praise from his manager Walter Smith. Meanwhile, Cleland starts a break on the left-hand side. It's played short to Brown now. Now it's Durant, who stumbles again. It's the second time in these opening minutes. Pat McGinley now racing forward. Richard Goff looking very determined indeed. Goes across and concedes the throw-in. Just in the line with the Rangers penalty area. So the match off at a fair pace. This is right, but that's a good challenge by McLaren. Now it's Stephen. Laudrup switch over to the right. He tries to pick him out. He's showing tremendous pace here, but Graham Mitchell did just enough to get the ball to his goalkeeper. Good defending that by Mitchell. Long one from him, looking for Gareth Evans. It's headed down by Goff. This is McLaren. Durant. Out to Laudrup. Good shot to Trevor Stephen. Rangers showing patience in the build-up here. Hibs have got everyone behind the ball. This is Laudrup, and he's free roll, moving all over the pitch. Stephen is well challenged by McGinley. This is Farrell looking for Jackson. He holds off the challenge of Miller. Now it's Evans. This is Wright. Evans again. Goes down by Durant. Evans does well though. Brown challenges. And that brings applause from the home fans. It's played out now to Jury. Bricks on here, but Hibs are getting players back. Gately's racing through the middle. Laudrup's here in support just behind Jury. Well, mix up there. He tries to find a way through. McGinley's there. He's almost caught though by Trevor Stephen. Hibs get it away. An anxious moment there as Stephen Tweed got himself into a bit of a tangle as Hateley challenged. This is Miller. Jackson. White. Jackson again. Michael O'Neill's away on the far side. This is O'Neill. He's closed down by Jury. Laid off to McGinley. Goes it wide now to Mitchell. So 5 minutes gone here at Ibrox Stadium. Still no scoring in this match, but both sides fully committed to attack.
Yeah, it's amazing how little the ball's been out to play, Jerry. It's an intriguing match because, I mean, Rangers, the foot is off the accelerator in a way. They have the points in the bag for the league title, and they're trying to put on a show today, but Hibs have everything to play for. They've got to go out here and try and get some points, so you just wondered if Rangers might be in this sort of mode where they overdo it a bit at times going forward.
So it's played now to Willie Miller. Runs away from Evans for the throw to Rangers. Well, Gareth Evans is certainly a player that will have to be carefully watched this afternoon. 200 league appearances he's made now for Hibs, former Rotherham player with a spell at Coventry. Here he is again. And puts Farrell under pressure there, but Andy Milne gets it away. This is McLaren for Rangers. Turned by Tweed. McLaren again. Jury. Mitchell watches them carefully. Jury's got a lot to do here. And it's given away to Charlie Miller by Mitchell. Now it's Trevor Stephen trying the low drive, but watched all the way and carefully gathered by Jim Leighton in the Hibernian goal. Well, Jim Leighton making his 39th appearance of the season today, ever present in this Hibernian side. As he hits the long kick forward, the flag is up just in front of us. It's a free kick to Rangers.
I think it looks the way the Hibs are playing a very direct style, trying to get the ball forward. They've got a lot of pace, Jerry, through the middle. Dan Jackson and Wright like to play on the edge of defences just to get in behind them. I don't think Evans is as comfortable though playing wide as he is through the middle, and I think he's always been at his best when he's up alongside the likes of Wright.
Well, Hibs away performances this season have been extremely poor in terms of results. If they had done better, they'd have put themselves in a real challenging position. But UEFA Cup place would be a fine prize. But it's Rangers on the attack. It's you-know-who. Laudrup twisting and turning, going for the line and winning the corner kick. Challenged there by Willie Miller. And Hibs will try and put two defenders, I would suspect, on Brian Laudrup as much as possible, to try and cut down these mazy runs of his. Meanwhile, Richard Gough moves forward into the area. Hateley starts in the run as well. Well, that looked like handball against Farrell there, but the referee was right in line with it and waved away the protest. Archie Knox below us is not a happy man. But certainly Farrell appeared to use an arm as he attempted the clearance, but the referee was well positioned. And Will Young shook his head. Wave play on. It's Durant for Rangers. Good pass out to Laudrup. He hit that one early, hoping that Brown or Cleland would run onto it, but behind it goes for the goal kick. Well, what a season this man's had. He's really lit up Ibrox Stadium. 13 goals he's managed to score as well. This is Andy Milne, who came so close to joining Celtic. But when he left Kilmarnock, it was Hibernian he moved to. This is the former Hearts player, Alan McLaren, all set to pick up his first championship medal. Trevor Stephen to Durant. Cleland runs in support. Takes defenders with him. It's played in towards Hateley, but Leighton read that situation well.
That's good goalkeeping, Jerry. Jim Leighton there, very quick to spot the danger. Hateley making the run in behind, and it's a good ball if Jim Leighton doesn't come, but coming there just to take the pressure right off his defence is what you expect from the likes of Leighton.
So it's Richard Gough with Keith Wright getting the touch. It's Trevor Stephen back doing some defending. McLaren provides a pass back, and another good long clearance by Billy Thompson. Hateley gets the touch. This is Willie Miller. Looking for Darren Jackson. Goff's there though. Miller holds off the challenge of Farrell. But Hibs have it again. Kinley plays it through. But, Thompson spots the danger early. Well, it's a challenge going in from Keith Wright. And the referee has a word with the Hibs striker.
He's robust. I mean, Keith Wright, he goes for these balls, doesn't hold back. I mean, that's what you'd expect from your centre forward, but you know, he's protecting himself as well, the way Billy Thompson's going into it, and there's not much in that really.
And the referee did attempt to let play continue there. He didn't give a free kick, in fact, but he felt obliged to have a word then with the Hibs striker. This is Tweed playing the long ball through. It's a good one for Darren Jackson. McLaren's there, so too is Goff. Then comes Gareth Evans, and it's clipped away by Cleland. Headed down by Laudrup to Charlie Miller. Solid challenge, though, going in from David Farrell. And the referee steps in and awards the free kick. Hibernian's way. So Farrell's battling qualities, as we mentioned just before kick-off, very important to Hibs this afternoon. Here he is again in the thick of the action. This is Darren Jackson. Away by Brown. Paisley heading it down, looking for Jury, but Miller's there. This all-ticket match sold out days ago, but Hibs then returned around 600 tickets. Couldn't quite get rid of their allocation, so as you can imagine, it was just about wall-to-wall Rangers fans here this afternoon, celebrating this 7th consecutive title, and hoping that they do it with a few goals. So Evans leaving the ball to Andy Miller, who in turn knocks it back to Andy Milne. This is Tweed. Long one now for Jackson. Goff's there though. Takes it down comfortably. Well, Richard Goff has won his 7th medal in 8 years here at Ibrox, which is a remarkable record. And that's Ian Durant taken out of the play by Gareth Evans. The free kick goes Rangers' way.
Yeah, it's just a bit clumsy there. I mean, he thinks he can win it. Durant's very sharp in those situations, going across the player, and you know, he's got an option to either let him go or bring him down, and Gareth Evans chose to bring him down.
This is Charlie Miller trying to knock the ball inside Michael O'Neill. Good intention, but O'Neill reacted well and prevented McLaren getting to it, and he clears well also. And this is Graham Mitchell now, as Hibs attempt to counter-attack. It's White. This is Jackson. Miller. Evans darts away on the right-hand side. This is Evans. And to take on Cleland. Good challenge by him. The ball's still in play as it's picked up by Durant. This is McLaren. Stephen. Under pressure from Darren Jackson. It's almost given away, but picked up by Laudrup. It's Brown. Slack with that one. Same towards Hayfley. Durant runs in support, but that's a good header from Andy Milne.
Rangers have to really build from the back and go through midfield, Jerry, because you know they leave Haitley a lot exposed in this type of system, whereby you know if they play anything long, he's left on his own, and he's always been at his best when you knock it long, when McCoy's round about him, because they've got a great understanding. But really looking for people there with little flick-ons, and you know because they've all gone back looking for the ball in midfield, it's pointless really in playing the long ball.
Gordon Jury operating in the right area of midfield at the moment. Laudrup's trying to give Haitley as much support as possible. It's played in by Mitchell. It's Trevor Stephen back in his own penalty area who gets the touch. Now it's Durant. Cleland. This is Durant again. Running into difficulties. Now it's McGinley for Hibs. O'Neill. Jackson. It's Cut out though by McLaren. This is Laudrup. McLaren takes it away again. Miller. Jury's running with him now. Jury's switching over to the left-hand side. Good play by Miller. And that will be a booking for Farrell. He took the Rangers player right out of the game, just yards outside the penalty area. He'd stepped away there from Milne, but clearly fouled by Farrell, who was immediately called over by the referee.
A little bit harsh, I think. Not a lot of intent in it. He was trying to pull himself out of the way. He did make contact, and I think anyone could see it was a foul, but I don't think David Farrell meant to injure that Charlie Miller or even bring him down at all.
So a chance for Rangers now. Jim Leighton shouts instructions to his defenders. So it's 15 and a half minutes played, still no scoring, but a real chance here for Rangers. And they've got several players there who can strike them. Well, McLaren scored a quite spectacular goal at Tannadice a few weeks ago. Archie Knox has been telling him to have a blast more often. He certainly hits it well, but Laudrup's lurking also. Hateley's there too. It's Hateley who strikes it. And it's comfortably gathered in the end by Jim Leighton.
There was three players all round about it there. Laudrup making the run, but it was too central really in the end. Not enough pace on it to give Jim Leighton any trouble.
This is Andy Milne for Hibs. Looking for right. Challenged by Brown though. Played off by Miller. Stephen. Goff. That's McLaren. He plays in there, but Andy Milne stuck to the task. Now it's McGinley. In comes Goff. Positive header. It's laid off by Laudrup to Hateley. That's a great ball from Hateley. And again, Jim Leighton reacts very quickly indeed, and he had to with Laudrup racing through the middle. Good goalkeeping again by Leighton. It's laid off by Farrell. This is Tweed. Milne. Tweed again. It's laid off by McGinley. Hibs now content to knock it about. Go through towards Jackson, but Goff's there. Nicely touched on there by Trevor Stephen. This is Durant. Cleland starts a run. Laudrup goes in to support him. Back through now for Cleland. Well, the referee says no. And it's Hibs now, pushing forward through McGinley. This is Farrell, looking for O'Neill. Good challenge though by McLaren. And across comes Graham Mitchell. Good play by him. This is O'Neill. Getting away from Jury. Still it's O'Neill. Challenge there, just on the edge of the box by Charlie Miller. And the referee again well up with the play, allowing it to flow as much as possible. Still it's Miller.
He had a bit of space there, Jerry. I think Michael O'Neill should have thrown that ball in the box. All his forwards were in there waiting for it. He had the time and space to do it, and he let them down.
Perhaps he heard the praise he got from Laudrup the other day. And here is Laudrup. Good ball by him to Trevor Stephen. Hateley. Still Rangers have it through McLaren. Again, Hibs getting everyone behind the ball. This is Durant. Charlie Miller. Hateley. Jury. Rangers stringing the passes together. This is Durant providing the cross. It's easily headed away though by Willie Miller. It's Darren Jackson. And a bit of misjudgment there by Alan McLaren. But he recovers well. McLaren again. Laudrup. Back to Goff. McLaren plays it through looking for Hateley. And Hateley has an awful lot to do. Keeps possession well though. This is Miller. Taking the return from Trevor Stephen. He's just a little bit short with that one, Miller, but got away with it. Now it's Goff. It's McGinley playing it through now. Here's Evans with a chance to show his pace. Clellan's going with him. He hits the early ball. It's cut out though by Trevor Stephen, who's getting through a power of work, showing a real appetite for the game in recent weeks. This is Miller. Durant.
Will happen in a different way.
Well, that's Brown. Cleland. Laudrup. Miller's with him, Willie Miller. It's played there to Charlie Miller now for Rangers. Tries to find Jury. It's cut out though by Farrell. Now it's Mitchell. McGinley. It's a slack one picked up by Charlie Miller. Out to Laudrup. Hateley's in the middle. Miller's calling for the short pass. That's where it's played, just inside the penalty area. And Miller tries to make the cross, but has to settle for the corner kick as the challenge is made by Pat McGinley.
Good challenge. Hibs are having to work very hard in that midfield area at the moment. Rangers are knocking the ball about, making them get back, making the challenges, and it's a difficult game. Rangers are certainly playing it like a pre-season friendly.
So still no scoring. This is Goff. Laudrup. Trevor Stephen runs ahead of him. Across comes McGinley though, and the ball drifts behind for the goal kick. So 21.5 minutes gone. Still no scoring. Now this match going out live this afternoon, not just all over Scotland, but also to Canada and other parts of North America. And the Rangers Supporters Association of North America all tuned in. The Toronto #1 club there as well, and Bob Riley, I'm told, the Rangers commercial manager, will have a surprise for those supporters at half-time, hopefully. So I hope they're enjoying the game as we are. This is Tweed. Back to Milne. This is Willie Miller. It's headed on by Wright, and it's Richard Goff who mops up. Well, this is Hibs' 4th visit here this season, and they're still to record a victory. Of course, they had 2 disappointing Scottish Cup semi-final ties here against Celtic, but they never really did themselves justice. This is Brown playing the long one through. It's easily taken down though by Andy Milne. This is Miller. It's cut out by John Brown. Charlie Miller reads it to Trevor Stephen. Plays it through now for Laudrup. It's showing tremendous pace, getting in behind Graham Mitchell. Great play by Laudrup. Still it's Laudrup trying to force his way through, and it's Pat McGinley who hoists the ball high away from the danger area. Great close control there by Laudrup. Well, of course, with Real Madrid close to the title in Spain, it could be Laudrup versus Laudrup in the Champions League next season. Here comes Charlie Miller with a good run. He was blocked here at the last moment by Andy Milne. It's Laudrup again trying to find a way through. McGinley battles hard. It's Willie Miller who clears. The offside flag has gone up. It's been spotted now by the referee. So the free kick quickly taken. This is Jury. Stephen. Jury again. Hoisting in the cross, looking for the head of Hateley. And Hibs scramble it clear, and they concede the corner kick. Well, again, Hateley got his head to that ball, but there was no one really to cash in. The corner's quickly taken. It's with Laudrup.